So the first topic I'm going to talk about is that Fango has revealed its top 10 list of most anticipated movies for this year. And I just wanted to go through this list because I think this is I think it's always fun to go through like a list that the sites put together for like the most anticipated movies of the year. And I would say 9 out of 10, these are all my lists. So number 10 would be Freakier Friday. This wouldn't be on my list personally. Like, don't get me wrong. I think There Was No Freaky Friday movie is extremely fun, entertaining movie. I like that movie, and when it comes to a sequel, I have interest in it, but it wouldn't be on my top 10 anticipated list of the year for me personally. Like I saw the trailer for the new one, the sequel, and it pretty much just looks like the original, with the only difference being that they're swapping more their like body system between four people instead of just two people in this, like in the original movie. But overall, like I thought the trailer looked fun for the sequel, but it wasn't like I was blown away by the trailer. And like I said, The Wisdom is a fun movie. It's an entertaining movie. I like The Wisdom, but it's not like it's one of my most anticipated sequels to a movie. So this wouldn't be on my list personally. But I do have interest in the movie. It's just it wouldn't be on a top 10 list. This is the only one I would take off honestly and put something else in. Number nine, Lead on Assist. Which I agree with this one. I can't wait for this movie. I'm somebody who's new to the Wisdom Leo Assist movie. Like I watched the Leo Assist anime movie last year for the first time, and I loved it. I know there's a sequel. Like I have the Blu-ray combo physically where it does come with the sequel. So I haven't seen the sequel, but when it comes to the Wisdom, I love that anime movie, and the trailer I thought was great. This felt like one of those Disney remakes that really, at least trailer wise, looks like there's a lot of heart. It looks like it captures what you love about that anime movie while trying to add little new things here and there to make it different. So this will definitely be in my list. Again, I love that anime movie, and I thought the trailer was great. So I can't wait for this movie. Number eight, How to Train Your Dragon. This will be on my list too. I love the How You Train Your Dragon anime movies, and I thought the trailer was great personally. Like I love the shots we see that we've seen in anime movies. Like the one concern I have is that I hope it's not just a shot for shot remake. The reason why I don't feel like it will be is because you have the director of those original animated movies directing this, and I feel like that he wouldn't just direct this if you couldn't do some new things with it. So I trust the fact that you have the original director from those animated movies, and it sounds like he is going to add some new things to this live action remake. And there's been some good to great live action remakes Disney, like good to great live action remakes done by Disney, and there's been some good to great live action remakes when it comes to this remakes period. It's like I have nothing against remakes, honestly. It's like if you do a good job where you honor what was great about that original movie while adding new things here and there to make it feel different. That's all I care about. And to me, the trailers, they look great. I think Toothless looks perfect in the trailers for this. I think the dragons look great, so I can't wait for this movie personally. 28 Leaders would be on my list still. Great trailer for this movie. I love the first movie, and I cannot wait for this third movie. Like I recently rewatched the original movie again, and it still holds up in my opinion. And the trailer for 28 years later just looks fantastic. It looks tense. I thought that was one of the best first trailers for a movie, and it looks like it could do something really new with the zombie genre. So to me, definitely be on my list. Ballerina from the world of John Wick. That'll be on my list too. I love the John Wick movies. I thought the trailers have been great for this movie. So this is a movie that would be on my list because the trailers look great, and I love the franchise John Wick, and I'm a big fan of the main actress. So I'm excited to see her in this type of role and like playing an assassin. And the trailers just look really good, so I can't wait for the ballerina. Thunderbolts, that'll be on my list too. I think the trailers have looked great personally, and I love four out of those six characters, and I'm excited to see this a movie about these team characters that are kind of lost and just don't think of themselves as heroes. So for me, I can't wait for Thunderbolts. It's one of my most anticipated MCU movies of this year, and the trailers, in my opinion, have been fantastic. So that would be on my list too. Superman number four. That would be my number one movie of the year, personally. Like that would be a number one for me because I'm a gigantic Superman fan. Like, to me, Superman is my favorite character of all time. I have total faith in James Gunn. The trailer was fantastic. Everything they've said about this movie and what I've talked about in my past videos, everything just sounds like this is right up my alley, and it sounds like it's going to be a great movie. So, like, this is the one. This is also the one that has the highest ability of disappointing me, though, because to me, I've been really waiting for a great modern Superman movie. I felt like Superman Returns of Man of Steel missed the point, and I don't feel like there's been a great modern Superman movie. And I haven't loved a Superman movie since Superman 2. So this one could disappoint me the most out of this list. I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping this ends up being a good, solid, to great Superman movie. I'm really hoping because, like I said, this definitely has the highest chance of disappointing me for the year when it comes to movies. So I'm hoping James Gunn is able to do a great job with this movie and get somebody who hasn't loved the Superman movie since Superman 2 back to loving Superman in film again. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, number 3. That will be on my list too because I'm a big Mission Impossible fan. I love these Mission Impossible movies since Mission Impossible 3. Like, to me, the only Mission Impossible movie I dislike is the second one. It's the only one I consider to be bad and just not a fan of. And then I would say The Original is the second movie. It's like I enjoy The Original, but it's not a movie I think is fantastic. But I love these movies. Like, when it comes to Mission Impossible, since Mission Impossible 3, when it comes to the franchise, like, Mission Impossible 3 is what made me a Mission Impossible fan. That was the movie to me where I'm like, okay, I'm really loving this franchise. And every movie since Mission Impossible 3 in this franchise has been great in my opinion. So I cannot wait for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. That would be on my list too. Next one would be Fantastic Four: First Steps. Which I will say this, I'm actually surprised Fantastic Four beat Superman. Like, Fantastic Four, I'm really excited about, and I think the trailer is great. I think a lot of people are hyped up for the fact that this is gonna be the MCU's attempt at a Fantastic Four. And in fact, you have the guy who did WandaVision, which is still to me one of the best Disney Plus shows. And like I said, the trailer is great. I love the cast. But I am surprised it beat Superman only because Superman is a more well-known character than the Fantastic Four. But I'm like, this movie would be on my list though. Like, I'll probably switch Superman with Fantastic with I'll probably switch Fantastic Four and Superman around where Superman will be higher than Fantastic Four. But they will both be on my list though. Like, and I know the Fantastic Four trailer got tons of views, and so did the Superman one. So, like, I would swap those, but they would both be highly anticipated on my list. Like, I can't wait for Fantastic Four. I think MCU is going to deliver a great Fantastic Four movie finally because, for me personally, all the Fox era Fantastic Four movies were crap in my opinion. I don't think they've ever been done right in film so far. And I do think this is the last attempt to try. Like, to me, if the MCU can't get it right, I don't think the Fantastic Four will ever be able to translate to live action if they can't get it right. And, like, to me, the Fantastic Four are the first family in the comics and Marvel Comics. So I really hope they, like, land the ship with this movie because this is, like I said, there has been a good Fantastic Four movie in my opinion, and if the MCU can't get it right, then I don't think anybody can. But this will be on my list of Fantastic Four First Steps. Like, this will definitely be on my top 10 list. And number 1 will be Jurassic World Reboot. With some surprises, number 1. I'll be honest, I would probably put Jurassic World Rebirth at number 9. Like, it would be on my list, but I would put the movies 9 through 2 above Jurassic World Rebirth, only because of the fact that I haven't loved the Jurassic Park movie since the original, and I did really enjoy the trailer for it, but I wasn't blown away by the trailer for it. I thought the trailer looked really fun and entertaining. Like, I'm excited for this movie, and that's surprising considering the fact that I didn't like I hated Dominion. I didn't like Fallen Cannon when it came to the last 2 Jurassic World movies. I enjoyed the first Jurassic World movie, but I didn't love it. And like I said, I haven't loved any of these movies in this franchise since the original. The original is the only one I consider to be great. But the main reason why I'm really excited for this is that you have the director who did Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, which I love that movie. You also did the 2014 guys movie, which I love personally. I know not everybody did. He did the creator also, is I enjoyed. I thought it was decent. Didn't love it. Didn't hate it. I think that's his weakest movie personally for me so far. But I'm a fan of the director, and I thought the trailer was really good. And like I said, the only thing I would like change with Jurassic World Reboot is that I wouldn't put it at number one personally. It would be at number nine. Like I would put, like I said, nine through two above it. But this is a movie that would be a movie I'm excited for, and I'm not surprised it's on the list because, despite what you feel about Jurassic World Dominion and Fallen Kingdom, those movies still made a billion. These movies make a lot of money. These Jurassic Park movies. And I think a lot of people love going to see movies with dinosaurs killing people. So I'm not surprised that movie's on the list. It wouldn't be number one for me personally. It would be on my list, but it would be like number nine for me personally. So that's the Fango's anticipated list. Was like I said, the only things I would change for me personally, I would take Freaky Friday off because it wouldn't be on my top 10 list anticipated of the year. For me personally, I have interest in the movie, but it's not a movie I'm like really excited about. And I would put Superman above Fantastic Four because I'm a gigantic Superman fan. And Jurassic World Rebirth, I would change that to number nine. Like that wouldn't be number one for me personally for the year. Like I'm excited for it, but I think nine through two are above it, at least for me. The next thing I want to talk about is that David Ayer is still hopeful about his Ayer Cut of Suicide Squad being released. And when it comes to whether that ever will happen, I do think will happen in the feast. And I like what he said. I like how he's very respectful of the fact that he knows the timing isn't right now because James Gunn, he understands that James Gunn needs to focus on getting the new DC universe going. And I don't think it would be a good idea to release the Ayer Cut of Suicide Squad when it's connected to the DCU that never really completely worked. What do you love or dislike the DCU? It clearly wasn't completely clicking for everybody. It was very hit or miss with the DCU. It never really felt like a DC universe. And I think if you released the Ayer Cut of a movie from like 2016 that was connected to that era of DC movies, I just think it would get people, especially Snyder fans, going back and like I just think it's a good idea not to release that Ayer Cut anytime soon. And I agree with David Ayer where, he understands that James Gunn is starting a new DC universe and they need to get a couple of wins under their belt and like rehabilitate the DC brand. And look, I love what he said. I like the fact he's not pushing it, and he's like respectful of the fact that what James Gunn is doing. And I think he should be hopeful because, like I said, I think this could happen in the future. I think if James Gunn gets the DC universe going and they get a couple critical wins, not just financial wins, but movies that are actually received well critically, and they get a couple of like financial and critical wins in a row, then I do think you're gonna see the David Ayer cut in the future of a Suicide Squad movie. Do I think there's a lot of call for it? I don't think people are calling for it as much as let's say the Zack Snyder's Justice League was because of that whole production mess with that movie would happen. But I hope it does happen in the future. I think there's definitely a chance it could. I don't think it will happen anytime soon, but I love what he said, how he's just very respectful of the fact that the timing isn't right now, and he understands that James Gunn needs to get the DC brand like rehabilitated and get some wins when it comes to this new DC universe and get that started. The next thing I want to talk about is that the Wed Sonja movie has found a U.S. distributor to release the movie in the U.S. When it comes to the Wed Sonja movie, this isn't a movie that I really care too much about. I'm not overly familiar with the character when it comes to Wed Sonja, so I can't say this really excites me when it comes to this movie. But I'm excited for fans that love the character, and I'm glad to see that it's gonna be released in U.S. I'm not sure like if it says it's supposed to be released in the U.S. this year, but I'm glad it's gonna be at least released in the U.S. for people to see it. The last thing I want to talk about is that there's been a trailer release for Clown in the Cornfield, this new horror slash clown movie. Which this movie I didn't know about until I watched some YouTube videos on I watched YouTube videos of some people that went to the South by West Festival. So I've never been to those festivals where they show a bunch of movies early. And one of the movies that people, a couple of YouTube people that went to that festival saw was Clown in a Cornfield, which, like I said, it wasn't on my radar until I saw some YouTube videos, some YouTube people talk about this movie when it comes to, that it was shown at this festival. So I was like, okay, let me watch the trailer. And I'll say this, as someone who loves horror movies, big horror fan, this looks like it could be fun. I wasn't blown away by this trailer, but I like the clown design. And it overall looks like it could be a fun slasher, like entertaining slasher movie. So I overall I thought this was a solid good trailer. Like it wasn't wasn't a trailer that blew me away. It's not going to be like one of my anticipated movies of next month. But I'll admit, it did look fun to me from the trailer. Like it has my interests at least. So I'll be curious. I would be curious to check out this Clown in a Cornfield trailer. Like I'm always looking for a good to great horror slasher. So hopefully this will, if I end up checking it out, it'll be a fun or great horror movie. But overall, I think trailer wise, I thought this was a entertaining, fun, solid trailer. It has me at least curious. So that's all the movie talk today. Until next time, movie fans.